Breaking news, terrorism strikes U.S. Embassy, killing 4.
Hello, I'm Erin Johnson with AP NBC. Tonight I'm here with the House Armed Services Chairman, Hannah Scanlon.
Hi, I'm Hannah Scanlon.
Tonight we begin with a story that critics say is already a foreign policy scandal. We're getting a clearer picture of what really happens on September 11, 2012, and the possible cover-up from our own government.
On the 11th anniversary of 9/11, a group of terrorists forced their way into the consulate of the American embassy to Libya in Benghazi. 4 government officials were killed in this attack, including the United States ambassador to Libya, Christopher Stevens. The FBI, who is investigating this attack, has released this photo of the men sought in this act of terror. The photos were taken by a security camera outside of the embassy just minutes before the attack.
The FBI, which is part of the Department of Justice, is still investigating this incident, and many people are asking questions. Representative Scanlon, as House Armed Services Chairman, exercises substantial congressional foreign policy powers with the congressional oversight of the executive branch. She therefore has a lot of expertise in this subject and is here to discuss with me the months and days leading up to the attack and the possible cover-up from our own government. So, Representative Scanlon, how do you feel about this attack?
Well, I believe that this attack was 100% preventable and that there was no need for the Obama administration to cover it up. Hillary Clinton and the rest of the State Department, which is responsible for foreign policy affairs, of course, are responsible for the lack of security at the embassy, which eventually led to this attack. The people at this embassy asked for more security and protection because there were multiple recent kidnappings, robberies, and threats. However, the Secretary of State didn't think that more protection was necessary. The terrorist attack was a major threat to the United States foreign policy objective of national security. And to make it worse, she tried to hide the fact that she made a mistake by telling the public that it was a protest. Now, Hillary Clinton and government officials will be tried by the Senate, which is an example of congressional oversight.
Well, thank you. Now we are going to watch a short interview with Hillary Clinton explaining her view on the incident. Lital?
Yes. Hello, Erin. I'm here with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
Welcome to my home. This is a picture of me when I was a kid.
How precious. Now, Hillary, how do you feel about the allegations accusing you of attempting to cover up the Benghazi attacks?
Well, I thought they were untruthful. At the time, I thought I was making the right decision for the nation. It was a bipartisan issue and very controversial. This means that the two political parties had conflicting views, leading to gridlock. We decided that because the FBI was still investigating, it was best not to disclose all of the information to the public. We were just suggesting possible reasons for the attack.
Did the State Department discuss security at the meetings held about Libya?
Yes, it was a constant conversation, and the Libyans were very responsive, very willing, but had no levers to pull. The protection for the consulate was underfunded. What we were trying to do is help Libya build its own security force, but we need the Republicans' help and support. We cannot risk another attack like this, but we can't do it without the other party's cooperation.
So why exactly did you try to hide the fact that this was a terrorist attack?
I didn't hide it. My statements changed because new facts were still emerging, since it was an ongoing investigation. However, I do take responsibility for giving false information.
Okay, thank you, Secretary Clinton, for your time. I also talked to many other citizens about their thoughts on the incident. Many spoke out about the lack of security and the cover-up on this attack.
Really upset that our own government tried to cover this up and deny the truth.
The government really should have responded to the request for more security at the consulate.
This is Lital from AP-NBC reporting live from Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's house. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Lital. Now, Representative Scanlon, how do you feel about what Secretary Clinton said in this interview?
It seems crazy to me that the President of the United States and the Secretary of State would purposely mislead the American people, but it surely looks that way.
Well, I see what you are saying, but it is true that statements have changed because it is an ongoing investigation and new facts are constantly emerging.
I don't suspect Clinton of bad motives, but it was a failure of leadership not to be involved. But I'm glad she's finally accepting responsibility.
Benghazi was no more President Obama's fault than 9/11 was Bush's fault.
I feel that these are different circumstances. The Obama White House reluctantly admitted the attack of the embassy was indeed a terrorist attack, rather than the initial lame story of the videotape initiating the murders. The real reason for the admission is that the people wanted the truth.
Well, thank you for your views, Representative Scanlon. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this story today, so back to Lital with weather.